tough interviewer when it comes to selecting employees?
I wouldn't say myself as tough, but what I often like to ask them is, what are moments that change their perspective in life?
Wow.
And I also like to ask them, where have they traveled to and where do they like traveling to?
What if I
Because,
can't afford to travel? Then I won't get a job from Natalie Chan.
well, I would say physically traveling is not really a thing. I mean, sorry, let me backtrack.
Okay.
I don't see traveling as something that needs to be done physically. Traveling can be done even mentally by going through, content online. Like you're basically traveling in your mind, right? And I think that when I say traveling, it doesn't always have to be like you're moving yourself from one country to the other, but even within your hometown, I'm sure there are nooks and crannies in your hometown that you've never visited before. That is also traveling. If you choose to do something different and go off the beaten track, that's also traveling. So there's different interpretation of traveling, and I interpret it that way.
But why is traveling important?
Because, well, very specific traveling is important. I would say not the type of traveling where you go to a resort and just stay there for 3 days, but I'm referring to traveling where you're potentially going to a country that you're backpacking, or that you're like staying in hostels, or that you're maybe creating your own itinerary. And I think traveling is important because you see a new culture, you see a new environment, you meet potential people that you would not otherwise have in your hometown, and also you get put into a different environment, so then your behavior may also be different. And I think all these nuances actually can slowly transform a person's thoughts and a person's ideas. And I think for myself, that's very much how I've grown, is through just being shocked by things that I see, and being shocked by the realities to the perception that I thought I may have. And I think those are all really important factors in developing a person and self, when you can be challenged to the way you're thinking.
So in the world that we're living in today, the safest thing is to build walls. It seems like, having a global perspective of mindset is so yesterday. Would you agree or disagree or strongly agree?
I would I would I would say disagree to strongly disagree. Um, I see that we are in a space where, diversity is really important, because everybody has a different school of thought, everybody comes from a different culture, but the thing is, at the core of all of us, we actually all value from the same things. We value our family, we value our a roof over our head, we value like food in our tummy. And I think the core actually doesn't differ, it's just the expression differs.
Mhm.
So if people can understand each other through the core rather than through the exterior, then we can actually make this world a much better place. So by building walls, that's just a physical thing, but mentally, I think there's so much more that we can glue together. And I think that comes from shining light and being more open to meeting different people.
Very well said. So despite of COVID-19 that we need to stop quarantine, it's still important for us to connect worldwide.
Absolutely, absolutely.